See, that company really doesn't have a whole lot of problems right now. Their problem would be more that they're in such high demand that their problem is getting to the point of developing to reach that demand. So it's definitely a really quickly growing company, and I think there's going to be a lot of future use cases for it. The biggest issue I was having, and will probably always have, is getting to know existing infrastructure that's already in place and understanding the minds of the programmers that built it so that I can understand it enough to add to it and develop with it. I had never worked with such a widespread remote group of developers. Like, I've always done small side projects, maybe with one or two other people on something really, really specific, pretty narrow, and this is pretty broad. It's got a lot of intricacies and a lot of different nuances to it that I wasn't familiar with, maybe firsthand, so to speak. You know, I was lucky enough to kind of have the training and the aptitude to adapt to it and learn with it. But that was a bit of a curveball, so I mean, I'm definitely happy that I got to experience it. Pretty much everything that I learned at Divergence is getting applied at Duke. So it's data processing, data manipulation, you know, not just the science of analyzing data, but pretty much the science of transporting it, manipulating it so that other services can ingest it. So, you know, it's all across the entire life cycle of different ends of the application, from the user to the back end, and what the data has to go through in order to make it from point to point. Power BI is something that I actually used a lot during my time here, and I'm sure I will end up using it at some point in the future. The roles I've been looking at are a little less analytics. So I think that's really good for analytics. It's really good for analyzing a business's current state, where they need to go, where they want to go, what's going on with it. And that's just not something that I've had to really, you know, face as of yet. I'm sure it'll definitely come up in the future. I would say that anybody that's coming into a Bowsprit program should probably expect to get a couple curveballs, and maybe, you know, if they're training on AWS, maybe that company that gives them that first opportunity is going to be Azure, and they're going to have to be willing to change gears and adapt. Maybe, you know, if you don't get exactly what you want on the first try, chances are there's something better on the other end that you don't know about yet, which is exactly what I'm experiencing now. So. I think there's so much to learn, and there's so many professions of specialty within this career field that chances are you're not going to be a master of whatever exactly you get hired for. You could get hired for something that's, you know, adjacent to what you know about, or completely new, but, you know, you have kind of those skills that already translate over to it, and you just have to be ready to change gears. So go with the flow.